Hello, my name is Branden Bryce. Welcome to the Veggie Gardener. Alright, so I do these videos in threes, so it is still pajama day. So grab your pajamas, grab a cup of coffee or tea, and join me. Alright, hello. Alright, so we're going to be talking about the family Leguminosae today. However, we're just going to talk about the pea because I also want to get into understanding nitrogen fixation. The bean plant is a warm season plant and it actually has quite a lot going on with it. So we'll talk about that one later as we get closer to planting it. So let's talk about the pea. Our legend is pretty much the same. Our map is going to be the same. So pea hardiness is the hardiness is hardy. Their spacing is 4 to 6 inches. Maturity is 2+ months. So a pea is actually a fruit. If you go back to my video on cool vegetable patterns, fruits, botanically speaking, the parts that hold seeds are generally going to be warm season. So the pea is kind of interesting in the sense that it is a cold season crop. It is a fruit. Fruits require flowers first. A flower comes out, the flower gets pollinated, and then it can produce fruits. So fruits will always take just a little longer than leaves or even roots. All right, so the maturity for the pea is 2+ months, somewhere between 2 and 3 months. We can plant them in spring during April, and in the fall we can plant them in August. But again, because we need that pea, we need that flower first and then the fruit later, we're gonna target early August. All right, cool. And that's really the pea. So let's get on to some nitrogen fixation. Okay, we're back. So nitrogen fixation. So the legume family, or Leguminosae, is a unique family because these are the plants that fix nitrogen. It's a symbiotic relationship between the plant and soil microbes. The soil microbes entered the roots and they form nodules. It's a trade because the soil microbes pull nitrogen from the air and fix nitrogen for the plant, and the plant gets to feed the soil microbes from the energy it produces from the process photosynthesis. Nitrogen is a funky one because the atmosphere has a lot of nitrogen, but the nitrogen is not available. It is not a nutrient normally found within parent rock material. So when parent rock material breaks down, there's no nitrogen. The nitrogen has to be pulled from the atmosphere. Legumes are the ones that do that, or well, the soil microbes are the ones that do it, but they do it in a symbiotic relationship with the legumes. Now there might be other ways that nitrogen gets into the soil, but I'm pretty certain there are, but we're focused on nitrogen fixation within legumes. Okay, when legumes fix nitrogen, 90% of the nitrogen fixed, that's it, there should be a D right there, 90% of the fixed nitrogen goes to the plant. That means 10% actually goes to the surrounding soil. I wanted to say that because a lot of people have a false notion that if you plant a legume, it's going to be sending off a lot of nitrogen to all the other plants around it. That's wrong. It's just a little bit. That's still good. So don't get me wrong. It's still great. But it's not like, they're not just pumping in nitrogen into the soil. Okay. So the flowers and fruits use a lot of nitrogen, flower and fruit production. So when the plant starts going through flower and fruit production, first flowers, then fruits, it's going to use up a lot of the nitrogen that it just fixed. And I'm kind of talking about that. It's hinting on a cover crop idea, but again, I wanted to say that because a lot of people also think that if you can let the peas produce their fruits, then you eat the peas, then you kill the plant and let that decompose, Like, they know this part, but the thing is the peas are going to have a lot of that nitrogen that got fixed. So really, if you want that nitrogen to go to the soil, you're going to have to terminate the plant before flower and fruit, specifically fruit. Because, I mean, of course, if it produces a pea, well, now you have a seed that can't produce another plant. You're going to have to kill that plant for that nitrogen to go into the soil. So it's just easier to kill the plant, terminate the plant before flower and fruit, specifically the fruiting. Because, I mean, flowers, while they use nitrogen to create themselves, they really can't go anywhere after that if you kill the flower. So that's what I wanted to say on nitrogen fixation. I really just wanted to cover some of these misconceptions of how nitrogen fixation works. And we will be talking about nitrogen in a few of our videos as we go on, because it's a big nutrient and it's actually kind of a tricky one. So here's our introduction to the nitrogen cycle. And yeah, all right, sources. So I'm gonna throw it up again, the Year-Round Vegetable Gardener, but I also want to throw up this one. So the Year-Round Vegetable Gardener is a good resource for just basic information, and that's where I got a lot of this pea information, pea pod, you know, legume plant pea information. Also, the CSU Extension website, Vegetable Planting Guide. But for this nitrogen fixation type info, this book, Managing Crops Profitably, the 3rd edition, by, I don't know if you can see this, but SARE, it stands for Sustainable Agriculture Research and Education. This book is an excellent book for, I mean, it's an excellent book for cover crops. We haven't got to that yet, that's way later. But it's an excellent book also just to understand some more of this like nutrient cycling and yeah. So we'll talk about it a few more times and then, yes. All right, cool. I think I've talked a lot today. Anything else before I go? Right, introducing the next topic. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a good day.